Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. If you're catching us live, welcome. I always ask that you take a second to leave us a comment and let us know where you are tuning in from and if you are a graduate of our course. For those of you who are joining us for the rebroadcast, I ask the same of you as well. Please make sure you take a second to leave us a comment in that comment section so that I know that you are here. I know we have women from all over the world joining us in this community, and I know that the time that I choose to go live is not always the most convenient for everyone, and that is why we also post these as rebroadcasts as well. Today we are going to be talking about 3 reasons why you might still be waiting for proof to jump into intermittent fasting or to join one of our online courses to teach you how to intermittent fast correctly as today's aging woman. So welcome. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And we do that here in this community, gathering women from all over the world and really working on ways that we can finally take control of our life so that we can live the life that we want and do it most authentically. So I love that you guys are all jumping in and leaving comments. I am going to get right to the point on today's topic. So I believe that there are very true reasons and justifiable reasons why women are putting off jumping into something like an online course to learn how to intermittent fast correctly. It's a scary thing for a lot of us to just jump in with a group of total strangers on the internet and do something that will fundamentally change our life and how it is we think about what we're doing to our body. That's a really vulnerable position to be in. But I'm going to share with you why I think we need to let go of those 3 things and how that can help you create the change that you are looking for and really help you move about your life as an aging woman looking and feeling your best. So the number 1 reason that women are putting off jumping into a course to teach them how to intermittent fast is because we often believe what we hear, specifically in our own head and mind, before we will believe what we see. And so we have this dialogue going on in our head that is telling us what we should think about ourselves. And oftentimes, and I say this from things that I've said to myself and also from dialogue I see in comment sections and things I see even in other forums about women and nutrition and taking care of their bodies. And the dialogue that we're using to describe ourselves or speak to ourselves in our own head is often not the best or the most encouraging. Things like, I am a loser because XYZ is going on with my body, or I am another common one is I'm a stress eater. And so when a stressful situation comes up in our life, we just default to hanging out in the pantry or in an open refrigerator and eating away the stressful feelings because we have already convinced ourselves that that is what we are. We are hypoglycemic. So we can't go multiple hours without food because we already know that that doesn't feel comfortable for us. And because that's what we're hearing in our head, that's what we believe the most. And it's really hard for us to change.
You have to turn it up really loud to hear the YouTube one.
Oh.
So maybe you stick to my count.
It's really hard for us to change dialogue in. You want to go past it again? To change the dialogue in our own head when we're our most trusted source most often, and that is the dialogue that we are so used to listening to. So the first thing that you can do is just trust that there are women that have gone before you that have proven that the dialogue can change for sure, and that there is a better way. So if you change that dialogue from I am a stress eater, and I've said this before, to I am something else in a stressful situation, like I'm a stress walker or I am a stress runner. Do you need to take it out?
You can ask them if they can hear it okay. It sounds...
Okay, that's okay. We were trying to get a microphone for YouTube so you guys could hear it a little better. Or I am a XYZ, and what you're saying in your own head is keeping you from trying something new or keeping you in a place where you're believing that there are no other options for you. Then you really should just take a chance and jump into something that you know from the things that you see is actually working for other women. And then that will give you that first step in changing that dialogue in your own head. So the first reason why a lot of women are waiting for proof is because they're listening to the dialogue in their own head, and that is what they're trusting, believing, and it's leading you down a path that's keeping you stuck where you are. The second reason that we're waiting for proof is that we as a society believe that nutrition is supposed to be something other than what it actually is. And the real bottom line truth about nutrition is that its sole purpose is to nourish our bodies. And I know that, if we think about the simplicity of that statement right there, that nutrition or food is simply to nourish our bodies, then we would naturally default to using food in its most natural state. But because of the food industry and because of media and because of the thought of something looking and smelling and being prepared in such a fancy way makes us feel like if we're not doing those things too, then we're missing out. And I know this from my own personal firsthand experience from some of the things that I share in my own nutritional lifestyle. And if I were to post something like I ate a baked potato for dinner, or I had a salad that consisted of cucumber and avocado and maybe some tomato, and I seasoned it with avocado oil and a little rice vinegar and some salt and pepper, I can hear the gasps from my audience because they're so afraid that that's not enough food. But if I were to put a side of cheese bread next to that salad, or I had, a big old cheeseburger with a sesame seed bun and a bunch of condiments on it, that seems more natural to people. But in no way is that hefty hamburger with that bun with sesame seeds and a bunch of condiments on it going to be any more nutritious to my body than a simple salad with a couple of vegetables and some really nice fat on it. So we really do have to change the way it is we're thinking about food and change the dialogue again in our head about what food's purpose is. And food's purpose is to nourish our bodies. We need to have proof of that. We're waiting for proof of that to make sure that, that the people who are thriving in an intermittent fasting lifestyle aren't going to just keel over in 5 years out of starvation. Trust me, we are not. We are thriving in this community, and less is more when it comes to food. And the only way that you can prove that is to actually practice that yourself. You cannot watch someone else and make a decision about whether something's going to work for you or not, because the dialogue in your own head and what you're hearing and what you're believing is going to be contrary to the actual facts of that situation. So you got to open up your mind about nutrition. And then the third reason that a lot of people are waiting for proof before jumping into something like intermittent fasting is because the only proof that they currently have is the circle in which they're socializing in. And if you're not living in a group of people in your workplace or in your home environment or in your social circle that believe that intermittent fasting is going to be that thing that's going to help you balance out your hormones and help you lose weight and help you reduce inflammation and help you fight off some of these autoimmune signs and signals that a lot of us are suffering from, or prevent you from moving farther down that sugar disaster life that a lot of us are living with insulin resistance and hypoglycemia and diabetic states. If you don't live in that social circle, then the only proof that you have is that it doesn't work because those people aren't living that lifestyle. So you have to open yourself up to areas where you are going to find that proof. And if it's not in your own internal dialogue, because what you're saying to yourself and how you believe you are moving about your life is not going to be what you can trust and believe. And if what you're turning to is the food industry and your mindset or mind mapping about what nutrition is supposed to be is really not the healthiest way to go about your life nutritionally, or doesn't coincide with a lot of the things that we even talk about here in our environment, and then your social circle or your family life or your friendships aren't providing you that proof as well, then you're never going to be in a position where you can make a decision for yourself that will positively impact your life, especially as an aging woman in today's society. Most of the proof is going to be available to you in what it is you're already living. And if you're not happy with how your body is feeling, and you're not happy with your inflammation, and you're not happy with all the signs and signals that perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause are showing up for you as, and you're feeling like you're totally frustrated because you don't know where to turn, then you have to trust some of that proof that's available to you in other arenas. And that's what I love about the community that we have here, and this amazing platform and opportunity when I get really good volume on my YouTube that I can share with you guys here and give you the proof that you need. We have an amazing environment. We have a group of women every single month. It blows me away. The women that we pull together to jump into our monthly intermittent fasting for today's Aging Women courses, and then those women end up moving on to becoming our amazing graduates that show up here time and time again and provide you the proof to what you need to make this decision that this will work for you too. It will work for you, but you have to be able to convince your mind to take that first step. And that first step is to jumping in a community of people who are going to give you that proof time and time again. For those of you who are my graduates, you already know what I am talking about because you were once that woman on the other side of registering for a course, and you were scared and you were unsure and you needed that proof yourself. And then you took that brave step to join us, and you've jumped into a class, and now you're on the other side being beautiful examples and the proof that other women need so they can have the courage to join as well. And speaking of my graduates, we are so excited that we're going to take our journey together to that next level. We're going to be starting next week. I'm totally excited about all the information that we're providing in the course that we are going to have for you. Mindset is going to be our major focus, and how it is we are moving about this intermittent fasting lifestyle and taking away a lot of those roadblocks that some of us have, even myself, and trying some new things and seeing where we can take our body on this healing journey. So I can't wait for you guys as well. All my grads who are interested in joining for our graduates course, it's called the Midlife Mindset Shift. If you have not received an email invitation from me to join us for our course that's starting on Monday, please reach out to me. There have been a lot of graduates who are saying that they're not getting our emails. Emails are those things that, you know, they're a mystery depending on what blocks are going on someone else's end with email. So if you haven't received an invite and you would like to join us, please make sure you email me. We have left registration open for a whole extra day to accommodate for those of you who are interested in joining but maybe haven't had a chance to get registered yet. I want you guys in the course because the next course is going to take us to the next level, and I'm super excited about that. For those of you who are ready, maybe you've had enough proof now in this community hanging out with us here for our live chats or catching us on the rebroadcast, and you want to join our intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course, we do have registration open. We are going to publicly open up registration a little bit more to our email list starting this week. So make sure you're on our email list if you want to get information about registering with us. That course starts on October the 5th. If you need proof, you have to actively seek it out. There is proof there. What we have to do is make sure that we're changing the mindset in our own head, so what we're hearing, we can believe, so that when we find that social proof, we can connect our mindset to what it is we're actually seeing. The second thing is we want to make sure that we are proving that less is more when it comes to food, and understanding that food is really that thing that is designed to nourish our bodies, and it's nothing more than that. And then the third thing is find some social groups or some people that are living a life that you either aspire to live or a life that you're already living, so that you can have that social proof as well. It matters when you have like-minded people surrounding you that are practicing the same lifestyle habits that you have. And something like intermittent fasting can be really fun when you are with a group of people that you can share this experience with. I know I absolutely love the time that Michael and I spend together when we're in a fasted state. We giggle about it. We think it's the most fun ever. And now what we're doing with some blood glucose and ketone testing takes that fun and hobby-like experience to this lifestyle that we're creating for ourselves to another level. So It's all good and it's always fun for sure. So use us for the proof if that is what you need. And I'm always open to answer questions or comments to anyone who needs just a little bit extra. I'm always here, and I'm sure I can find a story that relates to yours and help you get the proof that you need to jump in with us. I'm going to jump in on Facebook really quick. Look, Michael, can they hear pretty well on YouTube now? Okay, cool. Chris from Oregon is here. Teresa's here watching live in Flower Mound. She is our grad from 2018. Super excited to always have her with us. My cousin has been with us since 2017. So excited to have her on the live as well. There's two great examples of some good social proof if you're looking for it. And then Janine from Cape Town, good to have you with us as well. Amy, I can't wait to have you in the next class too. It's going to be super, super fun. And then let me see who I have over here on YouTube. Any questions or comments there? And then Michael and I, it's Wednesday, so y'all know what we do on Wednesday. We go watch our beautiful daughter run in her cross-country match. So we'll be heading out of here in just a few minutes to go watch her do her thing, which is always super fun as a running mom. Watching your daughter do what you absolutely love to do, it's always a warm feeling in my heart for sure. Judith, hello. Kathy, hello. Cindy from Alabama. Donna, hello. Janine, I'm in the September course and loving the great changes I'm experiencing, enjoying our first days of fall here in Green Bay. Yeah, it's crazy. It's still super, super hot here in Texas, but we were driving around, I think it was yesterday, and there's just a fall feeling in the air, which is really hard to describe when it's still 95, but things are changing and we're loving it for sure. Judith, I reached my goal weight, eating healthy forever, feeling great. Awesome, girlfriend. I am so excited for you. There's nothing better than feeling like all the things that you're doing are working and falling into place. So congrats to you. Susan will be in our October course. I'm excited for you. Lee, we can hear you clearly. Okay, awesome. Thanks for saying that. Holly, greetings from Florida in your September class. Lori, I have reached my health goals and now want to maintain where I am at. I will do this forever. Yeah, we are too. And, I often refer to this lifestyle now that Michael and I are living together as our hobby because we love like tweaking things and trying new things and kind of pushing the envelope on a couple of things, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in our graduates course as well. Like, how do you keep this fun? And when you're doing it with your spouse or a family member or your girlfriend or best friend or whatever it is you're doing it with, and you treat it like it's a hobby, oh my gosh, it is so much fun. And I don't think I've ever been able to do that in the past with manipulating what I wanted to do in my health and wellness with some sort of diet or exercise program. It always felt like it was something that we kind of had to do. And Michael and I really do have that mindset that we choose to do this and we love it and it's super fun and we're always going to keep it fresh. And that's where I think it's great to be able to have that mindset and the community that we have here where experimenting with things is what it takes to keep things fun and fresh. So never be afraid to kind of change things up and see how they work out for you. Bonnie was in our September class and enjoyed it. You guys are graduating this week. Norma in the September class, my third week, woohoo, loving it and knowing my body, knowing what it needs and what's not good for me. Yeah, that is so key and so empowering and so super fresh when you know what your body needs and then you can give your body just that. And that really does change your mindset as well. When you feel like the things that you're choosing to do are working for you and making your body feel great, then your body responds in kind by doing great things for you. And we need to make sure that we keep that mindset connected for sure. Lori, I have reached my health goals and now want to maintain where I'm at. I will do this forever. I think I already read that one. LA for Dreams. Thanks for joining us for the first time. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for sure. Jen, hello. Dee, hello. Alina, greetings from Romania. Wow, welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm doing IF for almost 2 months and I have some sensations on tongue. Is it normal? Yes, it is. Michael, you and I were talking about that, weren't we? Like about a tightness in our jaw or something when we were really deep into a fasted state. Yeah, it can. Oftentimes, when we're in a state of ketosis, if you feel like you're kind of fat adaptive, your body does omit the byproduct of ketones, and it's in the form of acetone. And so I think that's what it's called, acetone, right? I think is what it is. And it's that keto breath thing that you have. So that might be what's causing that sensation on your tongue. You want to make sure you're totally hydrated. And so that might ease some of that feeling that you have on your tongue as well. And then make sure that the foods that you're putting in your body are not causing you any kind of intolerances. So if you've tried some new foods, maybe test those out as well. And then let's see, Liz from May 2019 class, I believe it will work. Still carving away that food is something I use to get praise from friends events. Let me see. Still carving away that food is something I use to get praise from friend events. Yeah, so I think you're kind of talking about like social pressure and stuff. I feel the same way. I've gotten good at telling others I meet for coffee, not lunch. Yeah, there you go. And so, yeah, so that peer pressure, like you feel like to fit in, you have to do what other people are doing. And I think that's where that sense of empowerment comes, and you can say just no thank you, or you can, like you say, you meet for coffee instead of lunch, or you go to lunch and you have an iced tea instead of lunch, or whatever it is that you want to do. And I think the more confident we get, and the more we can look someone in the eye and just say no thank you, or I'm not hungry, or I'm not eating till later, when you can look someone in the eye and hold your head up and confidently declare what it is that you want for you, it almost makes people feel uncomfortable, and it kind of makes them take a step back, and they generally will leave you alone if you're really confident. So I'm glad that you're practicing some things, and when you're out with your friends, or even when you're talking with your spouse or whatever, make sure that you are practicing that eye contact and that confidence and being really steadfast in what it is that you want for yourself. And like I said, people become really uncomfortable in those situations, and they tend to back down just because they don't know what else to do. But I'm glad that you're finding your way. I'm proud of you for sure. Shelly from Kansas City, ladies, listen to Di and jump in. It's working, down 8 pounds so far and feeling better. Awesome, Shelly. I'm super excited for you. You know, and the thing about weight loss that I really want to take a second to talk about while we're here is that weight loss will happen when you do the work. And the work is just simply paying attention. So if you're putting something in your body that your body doesn't like, you will know by the signs and signals that your body is sending you. Oftentimes that's the end result of that is holding on to water and being inflamed. That is also the net gain that we see when we step on a scale. So oftentimes losing weight is just a matter of you paying attention and putting your body in a position where it's not holding on to the byproduct of being intolerant to something. So when you lose the water weight, when you lose the inflammation, you lose weight. When you lose weight, you now have this new sense of confidence and this new drive to keep doing what it is you're doing because it's working. So congratulations to you for losing 8 pounds. You are paying attention and you're making the right changes. I'm happy for you. Lori, I love the freedom of changing it up. Definitely going to call it a hobby. Yeah, for sure. I mean, think about like what a hobby is, and what we're doing is pretty much that by true definition. And change things up, you know, go out to different types of restaurants, find things to do in your fasted state to fill up, you know, that time, and utilize even the extra resources that you have. This lifestyle proves to simplify so many areas of our life, time-wise, energy-wise, and financially. We're no longer grasping at straws to try to figure out how to feed ourselves. Just dumb it down, for a lack of better terms, and eat one ingredient foods. And the beautiful thing about one ingredient foods is that they're not very expensive. And then you just put those together in a bowl and call it your feast for sure. Alina, I think it is. Thank you for your time and work. Oh, girlfriend, you're welcome. Thank you for spending your time with us. Totally appreciate it. So we are going to bust out of here today. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys, the proof is there. Oftentimes what we have to do is just open up our mind to the possibilities of this working for us also. And then making sure that if our social circle isn't dialed into what we know we want to have for ourselves, then don't rely on them for the proof, because the proof is the end result of what they're living. And if a lot of your friends are sitting around complaining about on how unhappy they are with their weight, or complaining about how uncomfortable they're feeling in their own skin, you don't want that proof. You want new proof. Seek it out, find it, believe in it, and then trust us. And then hopefully I will see you guys on the other side of our class, which starts on October 5th. And all my graduates, I'm super excited to spend some time with you over the next couple of weeks inside of our midlife mindset shift. See you guys on Friday, where Michael will be joining me, and we'll talk about another conversation that is pertinent to us here in this For Today's Aging community. See you guys on Friday.